Today we're going to be reloading some 45 Colt on the Lyman Spar turret press, and that's coming up next here on Jesse B Outdoors Reloading. Welcome back everybody, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below if you like videos like this. So what we're doing today is we're going to load some 45 Colt on our Lyman turret press here. Now if you guys followed the first video and watched it, you guys know I got this from my wife's grandpa that passed, and it was still sitting out in his garage, and I asked my father-in-law if I could do some videos on it, and he said sure. In that video, we did some 38 special. Now, the reason why I did 38 special is that's one of the first loads that I ever shot of his that he made on this. And in that video, I said he also made 45 Colt also. Well, I don't have the exact bullet right now that he used. He used a 200 grain. I actually have the bullet mold. I just don't have no lead to cast any up. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring you guys in here, show you the components, and show you what I'm going to do and load up one of my favorite 45 Colt loads on this press. So let's get started. First, let's go over the components here. The powder we're going to use is going to be unique. We're going to be using 8.5 grains. Don't use my load data as a warning at the beginning of this video. Do your own ladder tests and work up your own loads. I know this will work in my Ruger Blackhawk Bisley, and that's what we're making these rounds up for. For primers, we're using CCI large pistol primers. And then for the bullets, like I said, he used a 200 grain Lee, which I have his bullet mold. But today we're going to be using a Lee 452-255 RF bullet. That's what we're going to use. This is my favorite load, is shooting my Blackhawk that we're going to make up here. So that's everything that we got to make up the rounds. Now I'm going to show you what I got going on over here and how I'm going to load these. Now what I got over here is my tray with all the bullets flipped primer up. That way I know these are already pre-primed. I'm not priming in this video. I hand primed these beforehand. Then I got my bucket of bullets here, and then I got my scale right here. Over off to the side here, I have my powder measurer, but you'll be seeing me use that while we're making up the rounds. So let's get started. So in the first video, what I did was I actually made one round up. I would go step to step to step until I had a round made up. What I'm going to do in this video is Walter says he runs his like a single stage, and I'm going to try that just for something different. This is the only second time I'm reloading on this press, and I figured why not give it a try until I find something I like. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the ram down, and we are just going to size all these brass here. And what I'm going to do is when I put it back in my tray over here, I'm going to flip it back up with the open end up to let me know that I sized all these. That's just something I like telling people for beginners. That way they know. And it looks like I might have to tighten that nut up a little bit more on this. It looks like that turret might be moving just a tad bit. If you followed that or watched that first video, you saw we had an issue with that, and Walter had me fix it. I'm still trying to do finishing touches on this to get it working. But this will work just fine for this video, so I'm not going to mess with it. It is sizing these just fine. They are going in nice and smooth. Get where I can grab them with my fingers here. Alright, so now we've almost got 10 of these done already. You can see it goes nice and smoothly. If I can get my fingers to work. I've had a problem with that lately. If you guys seen my videos where I'm testing out primers and stuff, you notice my last video with the zinc bullets, I didn't use the hand primer because my hands were starting to hurt. So I did them on my Lee Classic turret press. I don't like that priming system, but I had to use it in order to do it. With this press, I don't have the priming system, so I had to hand prime. It wasn't too bad for 20 cases. I think when I did 50 or more, that was starting to get to my hands. But you can see here, these are going so nice and easy. And what we're going to do with these videos here with this Lyman turret press is, we are going to load up these rounds and then take them out and shoot them in the same video. I know some of my beginning ones, I didn't do that. I accidentally threw that brass. We'll pick it up here at the end. I did the shooting part of the videos over on my main channel, but since I decided to cut back the rounds on this and only do like 20, I figured that'd be a good way to load up 20 rounds, show you guys basically how this press works, and then take them out and shoot them so you can see how the rounds do. Now I'm going to pick this one up off the floor real quick. And then we'll do that, and you can see, just like that, if I wouldn't have dropped it, 20 rounds went quick. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move it to the next station here, and we're going to put that's the expanding die, because in case you guys don't know, I'll put the ram down here. Without the flare or the expanding on it, the bullet won't go down in there, so we got to flare out this case here so the bullet will fit down in it. So we'll do that here real quick. I'm going to change up the camera angle so you got a different look at it. Now we're going to basically flare these. I'm going to hold this right here with my hand open and show you guys that now the bullet fits down in there, and that will help us seat it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip them back over the other way just so I know they've already been done. Everybody does this different. That's just how I'm doing it. That's one thing that I'm not dead set against everybody doing stuff my way. Like I said, everybody does stuff different. I just want you guys to see how I do it. If you guys can use it, great. If you do it a different way and it works for you, great. I really don't care. You know, like I said, I'm not one of those, oh, you got to do it my way or it's the highway. If it works for you, that's awesome. If I end up doing something that helps you, that's awesome too. But we can see, doing it this way, it's not going too awful bad here. We have got 10 rounds flared already. Like it when it goes nice and easy. Now also, in the comments, don't be afraid to put down a comment on the way you do something different either. That way everybody can learn from it. Like I know here, some people, they actually, I can't do it because of my bad hands, but I'll demonstrate it. They'll take 2 cases, they'll put one in, they'll go through the step and then come around and grab it. This is hard on my fingers, and they do 2 like that. That does make it go quicker, but a lot of times my fingers don't want to work with this bigger brass. It's not bad, but with smaller brass, it's hard for me to do, and I'll show you that again. Put one in, slide it out, and then put the other one in. This does make it go quicker, like I said. It's just my hands can't really deal with it that good. But there's something else for you in case you guys want to know that. That way you would know. And just like that, we are already done with our 20 rounds of flaring. Now the next step is we're going to put powder in all these. Now what we got here is my Lyman brass smith. I'm going to turn my scale on here real quick and make sure we're getting the powder charge I want. I had it set up close before the video, but it sat for a little bit, and you should always check it. And this just goes right under here. Do the powder drop. I'm doing 8.5, and we're doing it throws 8.6, which for what I'm doing is just fine. So now, if you guys remembered how I put my brass in the case over here, I had them like this on the beginning. The next step I had them like this. Now I'm leaving them like this in the tray again to let me know that I got a powder charge in them. And as soon as I get done putting that powder charge in, I'm going to stick a bullet down in it. That way I know it's ready to be seated. So that one we just did, I'm going to put a bullet in. We'll go ahead and do this one. Stick a bullet in it. I'm actually going to do this a little bit different. I'm going to move you guys backwards so you guys can see what I'm doing. There might be a good angle. That'll work right there. So now what I did is I just charged this one. So I'm sticking a bullet in it, putting it down there. Do another one. Got our powder charge. Putting it in just like that and sticking a bullet on that. And I will do these for all 20 rounds. Now the powder dropper is another one. A lot of people do different. Some people tap it twice on the way up, on the way down. I haven't seen no use for that. As long as you're nice and smooth, I'm good with doing it that way. And that's another thing. If it makes you feel good to do that, I'll do it on the next one to show you guys what it is. If that makes you feel good to do it that way, go ahead and do it, because that's what we need to do, is make you comfortable. But what they'll do is they'll go up and tap, down and tap. Some people do that. Like I said, I don't see no reason for it. To me, it's wasted motion. If you're being really particular about your powder charge, maybe. But from what my experience is with this, the way I do it, I have absolutely no issues coming up with a charge that is right where I want it. And if it ain't, usually it's within, you know, it might be 1/10 of a grain lower. These are plinking loads, so I can really care less about 1/10 of a grain. If you're being really picky about it, then you might want to do it the other way. But I just wanted to show you guys some of the stuff I've seen, just so you guys can learn. Because if you guys haven't figured it out yet, I do realize there's a lot of new reloaders that watch my channel. So I'm trying to give them all the options so they can pick what they want to do. Or if they see something that helps them, that's what I want to do. I just don't want to be like, oh, this is my way and that's it. Because that's how you turn people off of stuff, doing it that way. What some people will also do, instead of doing what I'm doing by putting a bullet on it, they'll put it down here and then they'll take a flashlight and look down at every case to check the charge too. I do that sometimes. Today I'm just not in the mood to do that, so I'm doing it this way. And I'm seeing the charge as I'm doing it, so I know there's one in there, so that's why I'm just doing it this way and then putting the bullet in it. Just showing you guys different ways in different videos. I know I've watched some videos from Ultimate Reloader. I'm sure most of you guys know who he is. And he does that sometimes if he's doing multiple calibers on a press. He'll do it something different in every video, just so every video is not the same. And that's kind of what I'm doing with this press. I'm doing it a totally different way than what I did before with the 38 specials. I don't know how many more rounds I'm going to load up on this press, different ones. This is pretty much all the revolver rounds I have, except for 357 Magnum we haven't done on this yet, but 38 Special and 45 Colt. If you guys want me to do some semi-automatic rounds on here, let me know that too, and we can do the exact same thing the way we're going to do it. We can load 20 rounds up, take them outside and shoot them so you guys can see that. But now we got all these filled with powder, and we got our bullets sitting on top of them. Now it's time to seat them. Now to seat them, we're just going to move the turret over to the seating die. And I don't have the crimp set up in this one. We are just seating. I'm going to get my bullet a little bit straighter there. And we are just seating the bullets in these 20. I have the 4-piece lead die set, so we always crimp on the last round. I love doing them separate, but you can do them separate even if you don't have the factory crimp die. All you got to do is change the adjustment. Oop, I dropped a bullet. I'll pick that up later. Is change the adjustment in the die and the setup, and you can do them in one step. Or what a lot of people do is they will seat the bullet, and then they'll go back and crimp the bullet on the same die also. That I really don't like doing because I have all the dies to do it this way. So this is the way I like doing it. Ooh, this one isn't so straight. That's one thing I don't like about this press, is when you let go of the handle, it automatically wants to go up. But also there's not a lot of room back here to get your fingers up in there. And that bullet went flinging, so I got 2 to pick up off the floor now. We'll just stick another one in there. You guys know I don't really edit anything out on this. Try to figure out why this ain't going. There we go. You guys get it all, the good, bad, and the ugly. Because it's not always peachy reload. Not everything goes nice and smooth. Like this one, I think the round ain't going all the way back in the shell holder for some reason. And these bullets ain't straight. So that's causing them not to go in the die straight. That looks like what our issue is there. So I'm going to make sure before I stick it in there that bullet is straight. Now that's a lot better. I just plopped them on there to know that the powder was in there. So I'm going to double check these other ones now just to make sure before we put them in that they're straight. You really want to watch it with powder coated bullets, because you can shave off the powder coating and then you'll get leading in your barrel, and you don't want to do that. But this is the first time I'm loading 45 Colt on here too, so I'm learning with you guys, because these are the only thing I got experience with. It's 38 special from the last video on this, so you guys are learning right along with me. But now it seems like that I got that bullet straightened out. Seems like it's going into the die a heck of a lot better now, and that's what we want. We got 5 more to go. We didn't have that little learning curve here. It might have went a little bit quicker, but that's all right. We are here to figure this old press out and enjoy it, and to put it back into service. Now you guys know I don't have a big old bench or anything here, so sooner or later this press will end up coming down for me to use another press. I would love to get a bench where I could put all my presses on so I didn't have to worry about that. But this is the beginning of December 2023, and all those are seated. And soon here in a week or two, I'll be getting my Dillon 550C, so this is going to be coming down for that. Let's move on to the last step. So now on the last step here, we're going to go to the factory crimp die. I'm just going to leave you guys at this angle, and we're going to get these crimped real quick here. And then you can see everything is nice and smooth now. I might tighten the turret nut up just a tad bit more. I'll do that before the next video when I have these dies off. Leave a comment down below. What would you guys like to see? You guys like to see some semi-auto like 9mm 40 or 45 made up on this, or would you guys like me to keep revolvers and make up some 357s? On 357s, I haven't showed you guys yet a load I like using that. I just call it a 357 load. It's not, to me, a Magnum load, but it's one of my favorite loads for it, where I do my 125 grain bullet, and I use a CFE pistol, a max charge of that. Pushes at like 1300 feet per second. It's not a true Magnum load, but it is a lot of fun to shoot in my GP100, and I don't mind shooting those ones in my Tor 605 either, since they're not full powered Magnums. But if you guys would like to see that, leave a comment down below on what you want to see reloaded on this next, and I'll get working on that as soon as I get time. And once again, now that everything's going nice and smooth, we are flying through these with no issues. Getting that crimp on there. As soon as we get to the last one, I'll show you guys the crimp. And of course, my fingers want to stop working, and I drop that. Let me go pick up the one off the floor, crimp it, and then I'll show you guys. Alright, sorry about that. We'll get this last one crimped here. And there you guys go. This is my favorite round right here for 45 Colt. Now, I think the Skeeter load is close to this. It's like a 250 to 260 grain bullet with a semi-wad cutter, and I think it's 9 grains of unique is what he used. This is kind of close to that. We might have to make that load up here one day and do that. Leave a comment down below if you'd like me to do a Skeeter load with this bullet and unique powder. But let's go outside now and shoot these. Alright, now we're outside here, and we're going to shoot up these 45 Colt with unique rounds that I love shooting in this thing. We're going to shoot all 20 of them out here. Figured this would be something a little bit more fun and different for the channel to do. Do something like this. Alright. Let's go ahead. Sorry if I sound a little bit off. I haven't been feeling good. But today's a beautiful day and I wanted to make some videos. Let's go for that MGM gong here. Alright, pop that with no issue. Let's try the MGM Coyote. Let's try the MGM Popper. Ooh, missed it. Looks like I'm going over it. Got one more shot. There we go. Hit it a little bit low, but they all shot fine. And like I said, this is my favorite load. Let's load up again. Alright, the last video out here I was doing 45 ACP, and that bowling pin is about dead. I don't think it has very much wood left in it. So we'll go after it with these and see if we can finish it off here and kill it. Let's get her locked in here. Alright, let's try that bowling pin. Ooh, not sure where it went. Sure where that one went. Let's try the MGM Popper. Still think I'm going up to that one. There we go. Let's try the MGM Coyote in the head. Alright. Small silhouette. Ooh, was that 5 already? Yes, it was. Man, that went quick. Let's load up again. Wish I felt a little bit better on this day. I noticed a couple other you guys out there too doing videos. They haven't been feeling that good either. And of course I caught whatever that bug is, go figure. But we're not going to let that stop us from having some fun with some 45 Colt out on this beautiful day here. Alright, let's try that small silhouette here. Alright. Let's try the little gopher. Popped him. Let's try the MGM pop. I don't know why I keep going over that. There we go. That's what I like seeing right there. Let's try that bowling pin again. I bet you there's barely any wood left in that. Let's try the last shot on it again. Oh, that was the last shot. Man, 5 rounds go quick. Alright, we're loading up here for the last time. And like I said, this is my favorite 45 Colt load to shoot in this gun. Just got to try it more often. I've been shooting so many different rounds in it lately, I'm not used to it again. But we'll get the last 5 loaded up here. Oh, what hasn't been hit yet? Let's go for the big silhouette on the frame. Alright. Let's try the other big silhouette. Alright, MGM Gong. MGM Coyote. Alright. And let's try the bowling pin one last time here. Alright, still got a little bit of wood left in it. Let's go ahead and give you my final thoughts. So what's my final thoughts here on this 45 Colt load with Unique? Of course I like it. That's my final thoughts. It's my favorite load. I wanted to bring you guys along. Thought it'd be a little bit of fun on this channel, do some reloading and shooting on it. Because lately we've been doing all the reloading on this channel and shooting on the other channel. I figured if I shortened it up while doing videos with this Lyman press, this would be a fun way to do it, to show you guys some of my favorite rounds. Now in the next video you're going to see is going to be another 45 Colt with a little bit tamer charge, and we're going to be shooting that in my Cimarron Pistolier. So look forward to that video. So always, don't forget to check the links out down below. Down there I have links to Axle Hearing Protection, Gators Eyewear, and a bunch of other companies I like dealing with. Some got discount codes to save you guys money. Some are affiliate accounts that do help out the channel. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below. We are one nation under God, and I'll see you all on the next one.